And we're back.
We back.
Microphone test 1 2 1 2. This is the Order Room podcast. We are your hosts. I'm Joel, aka Authority.
My name is Anthony. Good to be back.
And we have our second special guest today. Goes by the name Ivan.
Ivan, bro.
Ivan, dude.
Avon died, man.
Okay, so
Ivan,
he's a recording artist working on a project right now, and also he's an Emcee. Has been here for quite some time, and he's a Buddhist. No,
I love the Buddhist philosophy,
I'm
bro.
just kidding, man. Dude, can you just introduce yourself and let people know?
First of all, thank you for inviting me to this podcast. My name is Ivan Birungi. I used to go by the pseudonym Avon the Menace.
Mm-hmm.
That's why a lot of people call me Avon, but I have two personalities.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I have Ivan is my name, and I have an invisible friend called Avon the Menace.
Oh.
Yeah.
What?
It's a
nice alter ego and shit,
yeah,
right?
alter ego part. Yeah. So Avon has been silent for a very long time. But he's there.
Mm-hmm.
He's here right now.
Okay.
But you can't see him though.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah. So
shit,
Ivan
man.
Birungi, recording artist. I'm working on
New
a
project right now. Okay.
Yeah, and I believe that's why I am here.
Yeah. You're here for. We're going to talk at large. It's going to be a lot.
Yeah, we have a lot to
into
catch
music and how you've been living. How long you've been living in Thailand and shit like that.
God, I have.
Yeah. And we're going to cover other issues too that happens around the globe, such as the shithole shit, and again, the Sun City Award back in Nigeria. So how do we get started? You're the coordinator. Go ahead.
I think we're just going to start with the comments Trump made about
African
Haitians and Africans. Then we're going to talk about Sound City Awards.
Oh,
then, or maybe before that, we're going to talk about you, get to know you, and what you've been up to. and your projects.
Let's have it in order.
Okay.
That's just like basically the three stuff we're going to be doing.
And I want to say something. Oh, he hates talking about politics. I think about religions too. You hardly disclose your religious belief and shit like that.
Yeah, I hardly disclose myself to people. So this is a platform where people can get to know.
Okay,
cool. Who is this guy?
We're blessed.
You're blessed, right? The Order Room podcast.
Joel and Anthony on the Order Room podcast.
Yeah, we'll talk about shit, man.
Talk about it.
Alright, so let's start with the Donald Trump's comment. So
basically what happened was there's been meetings within like the US where the legislators and the presidency out there have been trying to like come up with immigration reforms. So basically Trump has canceled the deferred action program for childhood arrivals. Those are kids who came into the US.
Oh, the DACA.
Yeah, DACA. Those kids who came into the US illegally that came with adults and whatnot. So during Obama, he tried to like create a program whereby these people could be legalized or have at least legal residence in the US. So he tried to, I think Trump right now canceled the program. So which means like about 600,000 kids.
800.
Yeah, 600 to 800 kids.
Yeah.
Those who came into the US as kids have to be returned back to wherever they came from. And I think a lot of those are actually from El Salvador and other countries.
Haiti, yeah.
So I think during one of those meetings, that's where he made a statement, according to Senator Dick Durbin, that Trump referred to
Africa,
to Haiti and Africa countries as shitholes. So that has actually been in the news a lot, and I think a lot of people have been having different opinions about it, especially on Nigerian Twitter and across Africa. You know, you've had sides of people. You've had people who've been like, okay, let's say the truth, and this is what it is, and there've been people who'll be like, oh yeah, whatnot. So I don't know what you guys thing. So let's talk about that a little bit.
So as for me, the comment is...
Wait, before you go ahead, you don't follow politics a lot, right?
Actually, I don't follow politics,
but do you know about these comments?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, cool.
Things that make headlines, headlines. I do see them even when I don't want to. Facebook. You know?
Yeah, it's in your face.
Okay. Yeah, Facebook. I mean, everybody was literally commenting about Donald Trump's whatever he said. But I personally, I don't believe in such cheap propaganda. You know. I believe that there is an issue, especially in Africa, right? And all this shithole, whatever they're calling them, it is a technique to disrupt people from the what's really, really going on.
You understand?
So there's a lot of data on the internet. Trust me, this is a technique. This is a
conspiracist.
Yeah, I am a conspiracy theorist. Mm-hmm. That means that for me, I see things in a different dimension. You know, so everybody, you know, when H&M came up with that thing that I am the coolest monkey in the jungle, they had I think the best advertising strategy ever. So even people who didn't know about H&M know. All you have to do is push Africa a little bit and then get what you want. You know, so they're talking about Africa being a shithole. Really? Do we feel like we are a shithole?
Something like that.
You cannot drive a Bentley or a Lamborghini in a shithole, can you? How many of your friends are driving Lamborghinis in Nigeria, bro?
A lot.
Skyscrapers. What? No, come on. Nah, let's talk about something else. About Trump calling us a shithole.
Yeah,
it's like playing a racist card. I think that's my opinion. I don't follow. People are like Ebola, dude. Really? It's the 22nd century almost. People are talking about cryptocurrencies. You know, instead of talking about these things that people don't know. You know. People are trading. Everybody's talking about cryptocurrency in a secret world where it is like, you know, these countries that are not shitholes. And then the shithole, they're just telling you what shithole. You are shithole because you don't even know what's going on in the world. Yeah.
To me, I really don't believe in that comment. Yeah. I will always go against the comment calling African a shithole. But the problem I'm having right now is not about Donald Trump calling Africans or Haitians or people from those countries a shithole. It's people, Africans, who are really falling into a category and being supporting the alleged comment. I've seen a lot of people supporting the comment that, we have to look back at ourselves. We came from shithole country. I was like, no. What he meant by shithole is not because Africans or African leaders are shitty. He really meant it. If you're from African country, right? Definitely, they believe you are a substandard human being. You don't. You're not living up to the level where you will be able to come to that country. So even though you come, you're not adding anything to the development of that country. That's why he said he would prefer the people from Norway.
That's what he said.
Yeah, but he said why don't you have people from Norway coming over here?
Tony, when he was addressing this issue, he said that. Actually, it's a senator who said that it's a third person. It's a third person. Third person report.
Yeah, but
is there any video on YouTube that shows?
No, come on, man. This is White House.
Exactly,
and trust me, based on the record, on the history of Donald Trump, we've seen him making a lot of racial related statements, such as Mexicans come over to US to rape, to kill.
I think the thing is,
he has the record.
The thing is this. Okay, the story has been updated, right? And Donald said he didn't say shithole. He said shit house.
That's just some.
And the thing is, the problem was this is how I say it. I think people are outraged one way or the other, right? I don't feel like it changes the weight of the word being used. Either you say it's a shit house or a shit hole.
How could you call people from Africa a shit house? We don't live in a house. It's a continent.
But here's what I think.
That is a stupid excuse.
Here's what I think about this whole thing. I think people are outraged and mad about the choice of words that Donald used. Because he decided to be profane about those words by calling it shit hole or whatever. If Donald had used a word like those countries are not pretty, or bad countries, or poor countries, I don't think people would have been more outraged than they are right now. But the thing is, I think we're losing focus of the main issue most in the sense that it is the racial undertone that gets to me. Yeah. It's not the shithole comment that I'm more concerned about. Are African countries shithole? It's subjective. It depends on how you say it. It's just that he decided to use a profane word to describe the state of things. Do I think like African countries are shitholes? Yes, I think Nigeria is a shithole. And I have 1,001 reasons I can say that. Do I think Togo is a shithole? Yes, I think Togo is a shithole. Eyedema ruled Togo for 38 years. He left, his son took over. He's been there for 18 years now. Togo is shithole or the there's been a lot of corruption. It's part of the system. It's the government there. You don't just
generalize everybody.
And when you go down, now here is the thing is, when you go down to Haiti, you can't really blame Haitians for what has happened there. These people have survived several natural disasters. So, and the thing is, first, they recovered from a very bad government, which was led by Jean-Claude Duvalier, who actually laundered money using Trump Towers. So he laundered the money of Haiti using Trump's company back in the days for like 13 to 18, for 15 years that he ruled in Haiti. Just right after he was, I think, impeached or something happened. Then a new government came in and then you started to have this series of natural disasters. So you can't really blame Haitians for what their country have turned out to be, because how many countries can actually survive double or multiple natural disasters like it has happened in Haiti?
Same thing in Africa. In Africa, we have leaders natural disasters.
You can say that, but the thing is, you can't actually blame anyone for the poor leadership, because if you look at it, it's part of the system. It's because of the social upbringing of the society that you have these bad leaders in the same society. But let's not go into all of that. Here is where I'm more concerned about Trump. He made a comparison that why don't we bring in more Norwegians? In Norway, it's over 80% white people in Norway. In Haiti and African countries, it's over 90% people. Black. So basically, you're telling us we do not want Africans.
We don't, not African. We don't
want black people, but we want more white people. And here's the catch. Norwegians are not going to come to the US. It's not pretty to them. They have a better lifestyle in Norway. Norway have better literacy rate. They have better quality of life. They have better education and
better economy as well.
And they have better GDP than the US.
Probably and the also, best country in the world.
The number of people on welfare in Norway is about 2 million people compared to the US. So Norwegians don't find the US palatable to want to go out there to actually live there. So if you're saying, but the problem is, if you want more white people and you're saying you don't want more Africans, that's racist. And this is a guy who already has a history of racist behaviors. Last year, June, he made a statement that Nigerians who go to the US, they do not want to go back to their hut. And if you look at okay, look at that. And the statistic shows that 43% of Nigerian immigrants in the US have a bachelor degree or more. Compared to the Americans. Americans who have a bachelor degrees in the US is only 33%.
Not only that.
So that means more Nigerians have bachelor degree or more.
Nigerian community, Egyptian community is the most educated community in the US.
Yeah. So the problem is just, for me, it's not because of the choice of word, that the profane words he decided to use. It's more of the racist undertone and the racist behavior of this guy and the comparison that we can actually link between naming Haiti and African countries and Norway. That's why I'm more outraged. But the thing is, are we surprised? No, we're not surprised, because these guys campaigned on a restrictionist movement campaign that he's going to cut down immigration from Mexico and other countries, and then he decided to ban 7 countries, which he called the Muslim ban and whatnot. And now he's trying to cut down the number of Africans or black people actually coming into the US, and in making it a case to bring more white people into the US. And the thing is, I don't mind you cutting down immigration. You can set a standard that, okay, we need immigrants to actually come in, but this is
trying to cancel the visa lottery as well.
Yeah.
And personally, let me be clear on something. There is no conspiracy behind this. It's clear stupidity, and he made a stupid comment, and he's not regretting it. He's not like coming out and said, "No, I didn't say that." Then instead, he's trying to change from shithole to shit house, which really doesn't make any sense.
Anyhow,
but the problem I'm having is not even about the comment he made. It's about African supporting the comment, claiming that we actually came from shithole. No. I have a problem with that. We're not. Africa is not a shithole.
You can't be mad.
We have all the resources. We have a shithole. We have a shitty government. We have a shitty leaders.
Then how? Now here's the problem. Here's my problem with your statement. A government does not live in vacuum of its people. So because you have a shitty government does not excuse the corruption in the countries. And here's what you said. You said shitty. And the same word, almost similar word was used by Donald Trump.
Let me tell you something.
Now what gives you the right to call your own country shitty? Why?
No, I call the leaders, not my country.
Okay, now you call the leaders, but here's what I'm saying.
If you refer to the leaders as shitty leaders, everybody will be like,
here's what I'm saying.
Clapping.
A government does not live in vacuum of its people. So without the validation of the people, the government does not exist.
So does that mean every individual, every government?
Let's even use Nigeria. Or almost African countries as a case study here. You're talking about the leaders. Now let's bring it back to the individual itself. A lot of our people are morally bankrupt and corrupt. And the thing is, even in Nigeria has more churches than companies.
Even the ones not in...
Right? We have more churches than companies, than actual business centers in Nigeria. So that means we should be a country of more high moral values. But is that the situation?
Because you're being ruled by the corrupt, not only the people. If the people will obey God so good, like they will obey God, and they will even go so far by giving their 10% to the church,
1%.
Right? And you think they will not be loyal to a good government? What if the pastor, if the pastors of those churches just say, okay, now, if you know you're working in a government as a civil servant, we don't want you to come here. If your salary is like 10 baht, we don't want you to come to church and give 5 baht. So if you start giving 5 baht every month, right, that means you're earning more than 10 baht. The churches have to really control things, but they don't want to. But what I'm saying in general is, you don't call a whole continent. What you say, you tell him there are no good people. Like the bad people in Nigeria or the bad people in Africa, they are more than the good people. Like we just have the bad ones in power.
The thing is, you're just trying to choose a part of the argument you want to argue.
It's not. And everybody does.
Ivan, just to piggyback to what you said earlier, right? You said people are talking about cryptocurrency and these other new innovations and whatnot.
No, it's not people
like in the Western
talking
countries,
about it.
In the Western countries,
cryptocurrency is not new.
That's the focus, right?
It's been there from the beginning, and
exactly. And
the point,
our people are not focused on these things.
I think the point.
You're getting it wrong. How many people invest in cryptocurrency?
All right, listen. My point, bringing in cryptocurrency was, why don't we talk about things that actually harm the Africans, and why people can just stand there and say whatever they want to say? I don't believe Trump said these things. Actually, I love Trump. I really do love Trump. You know why? Because I have never met the guy.
Okay.
I've never said. For example, this is the first time a lot of people will see me, and I will be giving my mind about issues as they will come in, right? Mm-hmm. So, authority. You are my friend. Let me take this example. You are my friend. So, if somebody came and told you that, hey, authority, Ivan said that your come from a Nigerian shithole community called Ayetoro. Okay, I'm just saying because this is where you come from, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, what would be your first response? Would you believe them, or would you be like, did Ivan say these things, or do I have to believe? I mean, what would be your mindset? So this is the same thing. This is third person speech. Somebody said that somebody said. And look, we are here. We're starting a podcast. In half an hour, we're talking about something that doesn't really concern us in any way, bruv. This is the truth. And I'm telling you, let's talk about cryptocurrency on this podcast. Let's teach Africans how to mine this money. Let's do this. Let's not talk but please let me finish. Please let me finish. Okay. So, please, let us talk about things that actually touch our people. I believe this is the reason why you made this. But we're talking about, did Trump say this? Did Trump say this? And then Tony's telling you that you say that it's shitty, but Trump said shithole. But then it's a house, but now it's a heart. But bruv,
just the problem I'm having with you is that because you don't know that something is going on doesn't mean it's not going on. In Africa, there are people mining cryptocurrency. Even in Kenya, a lot of people are into it.
Definitely.
But why is not somebody talking about it? Listen. The past 3 days, why is it individual? Because people are making a lot of money. Do you know the first time when somebody actually sat me down and told me about cryptocurrency, I was like, what? Really? This stuff has been going on for years. You see, money, cryptocurrency, bro. The blockchain, man. Look, I have read about the blockchain and I know how it works. So if you called me here the next time, let's talk about how we can help our people. Not just going, for example, if it was the time of Ebola, right now we'll be like, oh, so what are people talking about Ebola? Ebola.
Okay, yes, let me tell you something you don't really know about me or about cryptocurrency. As an IT student.
I know. This is actually, you see, I brought this thing to trigger you, so now you feel, you see.
Not going to
why? Okay, authority. Why? You say that you're an IT student and you know all about this cryptocurrency. Authority. Why are you selfish?
What?
Because you said that cryptocurrency is an individual business.
I never invested on it.
Okay, cool. But you know about it.
I know about it.
You know about it.
I don't.
Okay, okay, cool.
I'm an IT student.
Okay, you are. This is what I'm saying. You know how it works. But I'm like, would you take half an hour on the podcast to explain to people, especially those I believe that you will cross borders. This iPod will be listened from East Africa, where I come from, back to the West in Nigeria, from Thailand, we'll go to China, we'll go all over the world. This is how you catch up. And then one day you come here and say, hey, Tony, this is Tony. Yo, this is authority. Okay, today we're going to teach you. Podcast. Dude, listen, I was watching a Nigerian guy and after the video just disappeared. But this Nigerian guy was teaching people how to make... Dude, can I say whatever I have to say on this podcast? Was teaching guys how to mine money from Western Union, bro. Bro, I'm telling you, he was showing... Do you know... Oh my God. I was like, what? Dude, a Nigerian guy. And he didn't show his face. He was just showing how to mine money from Western Union and how much money not to send. Dude, and I'm like, this is the dude. Okay, and dude, I cannot find that video on YouTube anywhere.
Okay, anymore. let me
all right,
just
cool.
let me say something.
But do you get my point?
I get your point.
I'm like, Trump called Africa a shithole.
You know the problem. You know the problem I'm having with people.
Yes, sir.
If you're outside, right? If your eyes outside, you're hearing a noise, right, from what is going on in the other room, right? If you're outside hearing a noise about what is going on in the other room, and you don't even open the door, come into the room and see what is happening, you might have different idea entirely. If you're not an IT student, if you're not an IT expert, everything you see on the internet seems so good, looks so real to you.
Yeah.
Right? Again, we're not here to talk about IT. We're not here to talk about
why are we talking about
cryptocurrency?
Why are we talking about issues that do not why are we talking about issues that do not help our people? Listen. For me, okay. For example, okay. Right. Crap said, crap Trump. It rhymes. Crap Trump said that Africa is a shithole.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So, who hasn't said this? Like Tony said, it's just the words that he chose to use. But people have been saying this in different ways. You know? People like for example, when somebody came out and said Africa is a country, it's synonymous. It's synonymous to somebody saying a shithole. You
don't base individual ignorance on a world leader ignorant, right?
Okay.
It's two different things. Trump is not just an individual. Trump has made a lot of racist comments, has denied African American housing, you know.
Exactly.
No, that things have. But
can I ask you a question?
Was just an individual.
Can I ask you a question, bro?
Go ahead.
Okay, what do you think? Trump won the U.S. elections, albeit the fact that he started saying stuff from the beginning. He wanted to change immigration laws. Everybody knew that. He wanted to build a wall. Let me ask you something. All throughout the elections, he was, I'm going to build a wall. Has he even put one brick? So, these things are just meant to take us from...
No, it's
from where we are supposed to go. So, can we go where we're supposed to go, Joel?
Like, no human comment, no president comment, no country or continent comment can shift my own focus. Right? Okay. We're talking about this because it's the hottest topic in town right now. People are outraged. People are talking about it. Right? People are discussing about that. And we have to share our various individual opinion. We can't just come here and accept that Trump is right or is wrong.
Okay. So
you have to discuss this.
Do you understand?
We're not talking this. We're not discussing about this issue based on our own idea. There's a lot of people who is going to share the same mentality, the same bias, or the same sentiment with us.
Authority.
Okay.
So you realize that our mind is a central processing unit, right? Right? You believe that?
Sure.
Let's go. Let's go deeper a little bit.
It depends where you choose.
Okay, cool.
We
are computers, aren't we? We it's like we programmed.
You are programmed. I'm not.
Okay, cool. So you see, I am programmed. You're not.
Yeah.
Okay. You see, like you said, when you're not in the other room, you don't know what's going on until you open the door. So this is the situation between you and me, fam. Okay. So the thing is that for you're using a lot of computer power processing to try and crack what? Trump. But that's what he wants.
I'm not. No.
H&M, when they released this thing of I'm the coolest monkey in the world, it made a media buzz. Okay? Who is one of the black artists that knows how to media buzz? Kanye West. And then the next day you see him walking out of Trump's tower just together. Man, you see Trump, man. I love that man. He's good. But he is surrounded by, this is his packaging. He's a businessman, man. He took him to the White Office. We're still talking about Trump. How many minutes into this podcast?
Wait, listen. We're not going to focus our attention or all our energy to discuss Trump.
Exactly.
But what I want you to know is, the Trump you are talking about is not the Trump everybody want to know. The Trump we want to know is not the racist one who just go ahead making a racist comment. The Trump we want to know is the leader of the world. Right, someone who is in the White House, and being a leader of the world, that means you have to do something that's so unique that
Trump
people
the
respect.
Leader of the world?
Because economically, US is the best economic country.
Is that true on paper, bro?
It's true on paper, but it's not real reality.
China is far ahead of freaking states.
Okay, what is
Russia itself?
Wait, let me ask you something. What is the minimum wage? Point. What is the minimum wage in China?
No, bro. The point is,
that's what you have to consider.
No, bro. The point is this. How does America make itself a superpower? First of all, it realized that through media, visual, whatever they do, this is how we will capture the world.
Why do people want travel to US instead of going to China?
Dude, when I was younger...
Why do you think you can go to US and become a person and be...
And become what?
Yeah, be rich or just
authority. Why have we stayed in Thailand for such a long time?
Study.
Don't we want? Okay, for you, it's a different case. Okay, for me, do
you think if you were in the US, you will?
I would be better? No way. You see, man.
You think like that?
I think. Listen, when I was younger, let me tell you a story. When I was younger, bro, I was denied a visa to the US 3-4 times.
Oh, so you was discouraged.
No. Because life is a path.
Okay.
Life is a path. Dude, you know.
Now you're going spiritual.
You know that it will go there. You know?
Okay.
Listen,
I think we have to.
About 6:30 today, 7 p.m. I was in Pattaya.
Okay.
Right? I sent you a message. I wanted to book your studio, Alter Studio, because I wanted to record a few tracks. And then you say to me, "Oh man, you know what? I have a podcast today, but we don't have, you know."
Yeah, I was like,
yeah.
For guests,
Okay, we want to guest. You like, and then I say to you, "Oh, bro, I just met my Igbo. You understand?" I was like, I was just, you know. And then you say to me, "Come." I say to you, if you see our conversation, I say to you, "I can't make it. I'll come tomorrow," right? And then you say to me, next week.
Yeah, because we
you know what happened in this moment? I say to myself, I'm going to leave authority for 5 minutes, and he's going to reply, and because I attracted this, I wanted this to happen. Okay, so you say to me, "Come." Then you wrote 5 minutes later. You said, "If you can be in Bangkok 11 p.m., we can do this."
Yeah, that is.
And in that moment, bruv, I had to take a choice. I said, "What now?" But bruv, I got off what I was doing, hopped in the shower, did whatever I had to do, and now I am sitting right here.
Yes,
it's a flow. It's a chain reaction. Blockchain. Unblock the chain. You see? So no, this is serious. You know, dude, I came here because this had to happen. This day had to happen.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah. So you
my processing
the other way. Like, it's not about your processing power. It's trying to be spiritual on this.
Yeah. Please let me bring my spirituality here. You a spiritual person too. I believe Tony is. Everybody is. Yeah, we are in Thailand, and this is a very high vibrational place. I've spent the last 6 months living on islands and just tripping my way through different islands, and just trying to leave the African that Donald cannot put any price on. You see? Yeah. So like I said, back to where it all was. Trump saying that Africa is a shithole. First of all, it's like when H&M said the coolest monkey in the world. And by the way, all these things I see on Facebook.
Yeah, we talked about that last week.
So if somebody said the coolest monkey in Africa, and Africa will just shut up. I didn't say nothing. Nobody commented. Nobody, because I just woke up. I just everywhere. H&M. I actually didn't know what was going on until Casper Nyovest on Instagram did put that African monkey, and he said a lot of. You see, it is a technique. It's cheap propaganda. We might even sit here and start talking about the apartheid in South Africa. I met a South African, bro, and I say to him, I don't believe that apartheid really happened.
Oh, you never believe in slavery too?
Yeah, I was going to say that. You cannot tell me that the first time the black man stepped on American soil, he got off a slave ship? Please.
That doesn't mean that happened.
Tony. Have you watched History in Colors?
No.
You should watch it. It talks about black supremacy. Black people, we everywhere. You know how they say Nigerians are everywhere?
Well, Chinese are everywhere.
You see, I mean, like, let us podcast.
So,
yes,
back to normal podcasting. So what do we have next? So I think
let's get to know you.
Okay. Yeah. Are we cool?
We're cool.
Stop browsing, bruv. Stop browsing.
It's a podcast, man. So
this is my first time on a podcast. I'm drinking coffee. So thank you.
Exactly. So
okay, cool. So it's all good.
Browsing my phone.
I think I'm not bringing out. I think I'm not bringing out my phone because
it's okay.
It's not a smartphone.
No, we have to just while we talk, we have to dig down what is going on, what is new.
Dude, that shot is rocking.
Thanks, man. Let's get to know you,
Ivan. Actually, my name is Ivan Birungi. I come from East Africa in a beautiful country called Uganda. I have been in Thailand for, oh my God, I forgot count. I've been here for a while. What? Dude, it could be 15
Oh, shit.
I think it's about 9, man.
Oh.
So I am the pioneer of all these things, man. So you're looking at Ivan. Probably you've heard of Avon the Menace, ATM.
Yeah.
Yep. I think I paved the way for African musicians to have a platform in Thailand.
Oh.
Yeah, I think
that's dope.
I did.
You tell me about that.
No, I did. I am the first person who showed a music video in 3D.
Damn.
Yeah, my man. So I remember in 3D, dude. I have a music video in 3D. You have to put on glasses and watch it.
Nice.
But I never published this. One thing along my way is that you haven't heard about my name, or you might have heard about me through wherever alleys you pass through, somebody whispers, but I have been an underground artist with a mission. I've been doing music for a very long time, trying to find myself and trying to find a style that I can, or a signature style that I can be related to me. You
like your identity.
Yeah, my identity. So I don't make music just to make music. Music is like a spiritual journey for me. When you listen to my music a couple years ago or 2 years ago, and then now what I'm doing, you can see that it is somebody whose graph just keeps going up and down, looking for leverage. My project is called Welcome to Talanta. The Red Owl. I'm working on a project right now with a producer from the UK. Actually, my project is done by 3 producers. One from the UK, one from Russia, and then a Nigerian. G+. Yeah, G+.
Oh, do you know G+?
Yeah, G+. No. He actually does. He's working with Chocolate Factory. He works with
chocolate. He produces MI.
Yeah, he produces MI back.
Yeah, he studied here. Oh, shout out to G+.
Yeah, G+.
AKA
Chang. He's gonna be one of Nigeria's greatest.
Yeah, he's picking up so fast.
He will. I lived with him in the same. We shared an apartment. We shared an apartment together. So 3 different. I want 3 different styles to listen to a discrepancy between, because every producer has a different touch. Yep. So I do a lot of music, and I try to find which one is suitable for my style. So I do sometimes music with a Thai touch to it, because I've been living here and most of my fans actually live in Thailand. And then I just released I haven't released it because I make my music really so hard to find, and that's for a reason. I hoard my music.
Why?
Because my music is 10 years ahead of its time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have to take time machine.
Yes. So I travel through time. I travel through time in my music, and so. But I'm talking about a style which I do in my mother tongue. I am trying to bring conscious rap to my people, but I'm using a different kind of feature instinct. So my sound is a future sound.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So, people, a are still listening to music of back in the day, but there's a new currency.
But you're already
there's a new sound.
2050.
No, actually, I will go 2030.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I believe that.
Exactly. Yeah. So, yeah, right now, as we're doing this podcast, I'm actually in the middle of my journey, and I just stopped by here to say hello and say hello to the people in the other room. Yep. So basically, that's me right now.
All right. 21.
So making music in your mother tongue.
Yes, sir.
Is it actually more easier for you to make music in your mother tongue compared to English? Because I think I've heard your song where you sang in English, where you rapped in English.
Yeah. Okay.
So how can you compare both process of trying to like be able to connect with your people like with mother tongue then compared to rapping in English?
Thank you. You see, because I've stayed for a while away from home. I think I do actually have a better command in English than in my mother tongue because I have stayed way longer outside home. But you see, your mother tongue, it doesn't matter as long as you have it, you have it. So I make music in English just to reach a broader audience. All right. And then try to get this audience and then come back home with it.
Yeah.
So I am like the hero. I am like the prodigal son. I go.
Please stick closer to the mic.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. All right.
Better audio quality.
All right. So many people, I like to do things the other way around. You understand? The other way, the other room way around. So you have, take for example in Nigeria, you have people like Whiskey, or you have Emcee Baga, or you have if I get you tell my story, what's his name? My money, my body now.
Davido.
Yeah, Davido. Okay, you see, so these guys, they started from home, grew a home fan base, and then they spread to the world. But you see, for me, I'm doing it the other way around. More people know me outside in Thailand than in my mother country. So basically, I want people to wake up one day. For example, I just made a track called Araiwa. Okay, it's in Thai.
Yeah. I feel that shit.
You feel that shit? Thank you so much. So
can you drop it for us so that people can actually listen to it?
We're going to play Araiwa.
I think it's probably your best project ever.
Thanks. Yeah, man. Thank you.
I think it's because I've listened to the one you did way back like 3-4 years ago where you shot the music video in Pattaya. So I've listened to that project and then I've listened to this and I feel like there is a progress and I like this definitely more.
I like you know what I like about this? Yeah, we're playing Arawa by Ivan featuring Imana 7.
Welcome to Thailand. Iman 47.
So the track name is called Talanta.
It's called
Arawa. Yes.
What the fuck? What? What? Who gon' stop me? What the fuck?
Who gon' stop me?
Yeah.
Kaujai mai. Who gon' stop me?
Who gon' stop me?
Who's gonna stop me?
Lose myself, then I find myself. I call that hide and seek. But I could as like 1,000. The ocean said
Buddha's on the island.
Imagination. I am your fam, but we got no relation. Araiwa, Buffalo soldier,
like Rasta.
Who walk in the water
that's having my daughter.
You looking for money, I'm looking for dollar.
What?
Yeah, dollar for energy, dollar. Champagne, we popping the color.
Yeah, let's sample them more right.
Buy you ice, baby.
Yeah, stop. So, what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that. So I have I do juggle 3 balls at the same time. Okay, so this Araiwa is an international audience track. Okay. So what happens because it's only like, it's just like 2 weeks ago, it's like 3 weeks ago that I released it. It only got approved on iTunes like a couple days ago. So what am I trying to say? If such a track all of a sudden, when the winds of chance just hit like that, and then it becomes a headline in Thailand, it just starts to bang in the clubs and everywhere, right?
Yeah.
And then people in my country will wake up one day and then Ugandan explodes in Thailand. You see? So I use the back door to go to the other room. While people go through the main
the main door. Yeah.
I like to go through the back. So this
I think it speaks more about your personality, right? Being someone who feels like your personality is kind of shrouded in secrecy that people don't really know much about.
Exactly.
Which is something you want to actually reveal.
I like the cunning what you see I've been here long enough, but you don't hear about me. Maybe once in a while. I am a very private person. I have very, very few friends. Authority is one of them. That's really, really nice. Somebody that you can call and say, hey, man, yo, bro. I don't know how many times I've called authority when I'm on the wall, you know? And I'm like, yo, bro, oh, God, it's bad. You understand, right? Yeah. And your boy comes out. It's a few people. I don't come to live here. I mean, if I came to Bangkok, I don't like Bangkok. I don't like big cities. I like to spend most of my time in nature because I have a different mindset and this music is a part of me. I don't make, I got my mind set that I'm going to make music to help me grow on this journey that I embarked myself on. But through this, if people will he listens to my music. This dude knows more of my music than even Ugandan. People in my country, they send me they always asking me, please, can we find your music? I have intentionally made my music very hard to find. My music is underground. I'm pretty sure that, some of it might not even get on the radio because of the things that I say. I speak the truth. I speak my mind. I like to, for example, I am taking back spirituality to Africa. This is what I know is my calling. This is what I found out. So I make spiritual music. I'm trying to take Africa back to the roots where we came from. My music, unfortunately, you wouldn't understand what I'm saying because you're from Nigeria, Yeah. So my music is in Uganda, in a Ugandan dialect, but let it start with my people because they will understand what I'm saying. And then I give them that industry standard feeling, maybe down the road, we can sample some of my music. It's on SoundCloud. He knows it. Yeah. So,
I feel like I feel a little bit of Absol rap style in that. Like, I feel like
this dude,
because the way you actually came in, I was like, does that sound like Absol? So that kind of got my attention,
I would like to say that we live here in Thailand, in Bangkok. You guys are starting here. That's really, really very good. There's a lot of musicians. There's a lot of African talent floating in Bangkok. Am I right or am I right? Right? So everybody has a different style. I remember one of my friends, when I sent him the RIY, or when I send them my music, they're like, but dude, I think you're not a rapper. And I'm like, why? Because, man, you don't rap, or you don't rap. You just like saying some things here, but you never rap. We want to hear you rap, But I am way past this kind of thinking, I know what music is. I know what people want. I know what my target is. I like sound. I love sounds, sounds. Hi-hats, claps, kicks, melody, arrangement. I like these things. So once you use your voice as an instrument, then you can say whatever you want to say, how you want to say it, and it will sound dope.
Yeah, I think people still believe in rapping is when you try to sing but faster.
Yeah.
People think that's rapping, but nobody want to accept that things evolved.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
Rapping, sometimes it depends on you as an individual, how you how will I say, how you could be able to command your
delivery,
your delivery, right?
Yes,
So some
yes.
people choose to go faster. Some people choose to go slower. Some people choose to like use different pattern. And
this is the secret. It's not what you say; it's how you say. You understand? Yeah. So that's why this new age groups, Future. That's a futuristic sound. Future has a futuristic sound. Who are these Migos? The people like bubblegum rap. Dude, I can introduce you to a Russian rapper who is crazy. I don't understand what he's saying in Russian, but it just gets the delivery. Yeah. So this is what I'm trying to do. So if you listen to Araiwa, it's a couple of punchlines, but I know that the beat is what sells this track. So what do? I give punchlines here and there, hit on a few hi-hats, hit on a few claps, but I give the beat to breathe, I let it breathe. So, because when you hear, just hit it one or two.
That is one thing I noticed as well.
Yeah.
Like there is,
you can hear
the vocal and the bass.
I lose myself, then I find myself.
There's a little bit distance. You could be able to feel the bass and then feel the lyrics at the same time.
Yes,
so
exactly.
It's not like everything is like happening at the same time.
That is the trick. This is
very
why.
nice. Nice song, nice production as well, and the beat is. I really like the beat.
Yeah, the beat. So I let the beat talk. I let the beat talk, and then the whole thing that makes the song really interesting is that then when my friend comes in, when Eman47 comes in, he goes faster.
Yeah.
And then why this song is lethal and why I've been attracting things like this. You see, I've been making music for a while. It's not about having money in your pocket and then you say, okay, I need beat. And then you buy a beat, and then you say, okay, now I need studio. And then you call somebody, and then you go to the studio, and then you record a song, and then finish it. No, this is like, making music is art. It's artwork, right? So, I always was looking for a particular sound. I always was looking, why Kanye West is so lethal? Okay? Once you have a producer who produces his own music, who actually engineers his voice in a track, that is bad. So you see this guy, Eman47, he makes the beats, then he mixes the beats in the projects that he made the beat. You understand? So he makes beats using Fruity Loops. Okay?
FL.
So FL Studio, so he has all the tracks, all the back, what is it?
The plugins.
No, not the plugins. That made the beat. He has all the wave out,
wave file.
the wave files.
Yeah.
That made the beat. So then he sends me just renders the beat and then gets one wave file, sends me the beat. It's always like low quality.
Oh, send you the MP3.
Yeah, sends me the MP3. Then I take the MP3 to the studio, and then I record just using the MP3, lousy as it is, and then I render out all the tracks, everything that I've done, put it in a folder, and then send it back to England. And then what he does is he takes this
your vodka,
my vocals, and then he drops them into the freaking FL Studio. Yeah. So then he has about 16 to 20 tracks. Then he mixes. That's why you see that it's like this.
For those who don't know, like wave file is more of uncompressed file. It's raw.
It's very raw. Yeah.
Editable. It's like you can mix with wave file, right? Cool, but MP3 is already compressed. That means compress everything. The quality is already come together. That's why wave file size is always bigger than MP3 size. So most of the producers, when they produce, they will prefer you to send the vocal in wave so that they have each and every individual line, like your verse, your ad libs and everything, so they can easily edit or mix each file. Unlike when you send an MP3, that means if you're doing something, if you're making any adjustment or effect, it's affecting everything.
Yeah.
Except you have to cut everything.
This MP3 is just a guide for me to record.
Yeah,
but once he gets there, he doesn't use this MP3. He definitely replaces it.
No producer uses MP3. You cannot produce or you cannot mix on an MP3. It's quite difficult. You need the Wi-Fi. So Tony, what else? What question you want to ask?
Yeah. So I think this is the part of you that I'm actually more interested in.
Yes, sir.
Of everything.
Yeah.
It's how do you find Buddhism? How did you meet Buddhism? And how did your journey start?
Wow. How did you know? Did he tell you?
No.
I would say that living in Thailand for about 9 years, half that time I didn't know nothing about it, actually. But this was a calling. It was a calling that it is a part of you. It's like the child in you when you grow up, but you still have the child in you. So Buddhism has always been a child in us. Where do you think Buddhism came from? For me, it's a different story. Back when I was in Africa, before I traveled, before I ever, before I ever grew my wings, I came from a Christian brought up family. I'm Catholic. I come from a Catholic family. So when I moved to Thailand, everything that I learned in Sunday school about Satan and about God, so everything Thailand had to show me was against my upbringing. I passed by Buddhist shrines. I passed by trees with food and stuff. And I was like, what? These people, oh my God, do not show. You understand? Like, these are the people that they were talking about in church. So anyway, until one day it hit me. I was trying to find out, who am I? Trying to find, who am I? So I was reading things on the internet about where I come from, my tribe, my clan, my people, you understand? And then I landed on this article on Google where it was actually my people. Like I come from Uganda, western Uganda, and my people are called the Chiga people of the mountain. So they're writing about people of the mountains specifically from where I come from. And there was this photo of a woman putting food under a tree. And I was like, what? So before white civilization, before Donald Trump called Africa a shithole, or before that woman from Alaska that wanted to stand, Sarah Palin, called Africa a country, we was Buddhist. So for me, it was who I am. I come from this kind of people, this is my bloodline. So somebody took it away, okay? And then while I was walking down the path, I found it again. It found me, actually Buddhists found me again. And then once my mind was clear, then I realized that it's who I am.
Okay, now I feel like your perspective about religion and Buddhism actually changed because of a photo you saw on the internet. Right?
It was a pointer. It was, when you're looking for something, there is signs, there's always something to show you if you are on the right path or not. For example, what took me to search for this? There's always entities that we don't see that drive us to places.
Yeah, definitely.
Exactly. So, I did not join Buddhism. It's actually a way of life, I came to this place. I feel like the winds of my winds brought me here, and they have kept me still here. It's my experience is different from
exactly like we have different opinions and different experiences as to these things. Like where I come from, right? If you see a woman actually putting food under a tree, to us, it's not Buddhism.
It's not.
It's the traditional African worshippers. Who's like giving something to the gods or trying to appease a certain spirit or whatnot.
Exactly. Let me cut you short. It's the same. Buddhism is just given a name. actually Buddhism is not a religion. It's a way of life. It's a philosophy. It's a philosophy. So all these things you could say that the woman is practicing a Buddhist ritual, okay? But just because it's given a Buddhist ritual. So if you could interchange, maybe you could say African traditional society equals Buddhism and vice versa.
Yeah, that's exactly what I want to say, that if you relate that photo as being Buddhism, I just want to say, even before the Buddhism as a way of life or as spirituality started, there's already been established African traditional religion or worship that's already been established.
Yes.
So how can you, as a person, now see the difference between formerly being a Catholic and now being someone who was embarked on this journey of spirituality?
I feel free.
Since you don't feel like it's a religion, I just want to say it's a way of life. It's a new way of life, and it's more of spirituality and that calmness. So how do you actually feel like comparing those earlier years and now?
Well, that's a very good question. First of all, when you walking 1,000 miles and you have luggage, you cannot move far, okay? But once you take off all this luggage and just move, you feel free. So this is my way that I will explain my relationship to Buddhism. So I felt like I had all this load that I wouldn't understand. I was carrying stuff that I didn't even know. And then when I met Buddhism, it just let me take it off and then just walk. It's you thinking, take the middleman out of the equation. You know, everything, blockchain really blows my mind. You know, take the middleman out. You understand? Who is the middleman out? The pastor. Who is the middleman out? The guy that you're calling so they can be. Who is the middleman out? The God. God. That's the middleman. Get the middleman out. Get to the source. Get to the source. That's what Buddhism is telling you. Get to the source. Cut the middleman out.
So, you just said something. You said, cut the middleman out.
Yeah.
The God. So to you, based on your Buddhist experience, God is also middleman because Buddhism doesn't believe in God. So what is your own source? Who's behind your source?
Okay. First of all, we have to understand who is God. What is that we call God? What is that we call God, bro?
Subjective.
Okay, cool. Well, growing up in Africa, they say God is omnipotent, created heaven and earth and everything that is in it. And he sits up there. This is, in Sunday school, we pray looking up. We think that right there up in the sky, there is somebody who takes control of this world. So that which you call God is actually just a level of consciousness. It actually is the lowest of another infinity of consciousness. Life is infinity, is consciousness. I am consciousness. I am the universe. Tony is the universe. You are the universe. That man is the universe. And everything that has gone on today is universal.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
So to go back to Tony, to answer Tony's question really, really like how he asked it, I will say that Buddhism gives man free will to choose right from wrong.
I think basically most religions gives that.
No.
Okay, why? Which religion doesn't
what I'm trying
actually
to say
give
is
you?
that no, other religions have told you what is right and what is wrong. It gives you do's and don'ts. Christianity, you have the 10 commandments, right? Do this, don't do this, don't do this. But Buddhism doesn't give you any choice.
Does that mean
it means like for you it gives you
Buddhism?
Huh?
Does that mean you can do anything you want in Buddhism without following the instruction? Because I know Buddhism, they have a book.
But it's not a book for instructions. It's
So
not a book for instructions.
How do you pray? How do you pray in temple?
So you see, Buddhism gives you the power to be God.
Every human, every religion gives you the power to be God. We are all God.
No. Tony, can you help me? The Muslims have a God. What's the God's name? Allah. Okay?
Allah translate in English as well.
No. Wait a minute. And then the Christians have God. God have Jesus Christ. I am looking. Yeah, I'm looking at Jesus right now.
Son of a God.
Son of a God. Yeah. Okay. So, the issue here is who is God. You know?
Like I said, it's subjective.
Yeah, who is God? So, people would feel uncomfortable. For example, if I told a Muslim guy, I am a God, he will be very offended. If I told a Christian man, if I went to the church, the Holy Apostles' Church, and I found Oba preaching, and I say to him that, hey, I am God, people will be very offended.
No, Christians won't be.
No.
If I told them that I am God?
Yeah, because the Bible actually says, ye are gods. So each one of us as Christians are God. You say ye are gods because you are sons of the Most High.
Even Jesus said, I came to you, you gave me water. He's not talking about...
You're contradicting yourself. Sons of the Most High. Who is the Most High? Who is the Most High?
That's the person you're actually connecting with. That's the highest body. That's the person you actually want to be with. He's telling you like, I've given you that power. You vested as a being a God.
You see, this is exactly
and
what
being
Buddhism
a God gives
rules
you,
out.
That's why, like, that's why Christianity
nobody can say. No, listen, because you see, you're following a book. Buddhism doesn't have a book they follow. They don't have. When you say that when you go to the temple, what do you pray? Actually, do you want to know a secret? I go to the temple maybe in a month. I would say I go to the temple maybe 1, 2, 3 times. Okay, but when I'm there, I don't pray.
So what do you do?
What do I do? I meditate.
So
yeah, it's different, you know. When you pray, you talking to the universe. When you meditate, the universe listens to you.
That's wrong.
Okay, vice versa. Maybe the other way around. When you meditate, the universe is listening to you, and then when you pray, you're talking to the universe. Okay.
No.
Okay.
You know you can pray without talking.
What's your point?
I'm just saying. Do you know you can actually pray without saying anything out of your mouth?
Exactly. Yes, I know.
So what is that called? It's called meditation. To you, what you pray, what you meditate, what you think? You don't tell me your mind is clear, your brain is not thinking.
No, never.
You're meditating, right? That's exactly it.
I know.
Mostly when I pray, I'm on my bed, sleeping, my eyes are closed, just deep inside and praying.
Okay, so
you don't have to open your mouth.
Okay, no. Okay, let's make it very clear. So when you're lying on your bed, because you can talk without opening your mouth.
Yes.
Right. Okay. So, are you talking or are you listening?
I'm doing both.
You cannot do both. You cannot talk and listen at the same time.
Depends on your.
No, bruv. Let's get serious.
So, but I'm talking. I'm listening to you.
No.
No.
I want to give it to you like this. You say that you pray even on your bed. Yeah. I'm asking you. Yeah. Are you talking or are you listening? So I'll give you the difference.
It's called multitasking.
Multitasking?
Yeah.
Man. Now God no listen, no. No. Listen. When you pray, whether you open your mouth or not, there's 2 things involved when you seeking your higher self. Okay? Either you're listening or you're talking.
No.
You cannot do both at the same time. You cannot. Jesus cannot be God. You know, Jesus cannot be God, God cannot be Jesus at the same time, but then Jesus is God. All these things that make to confuse us.
Yes, just because you don't understand it doesn't make sense.
Okay, what is the point?
Just the level of understanding, right? You can only understand what you comprehend, right? So if you don't want to understand something, you will always find a way not to understand it. Right, like me.
No, I don't do that.
No. You say Jesus cannot be God and God cannot be Jesus at the same time, but they are both. Say, I'm of my Father. The Father lives in me and I live in Father. It's just like you have alter ego. Someone can have alter ego. You like just because you have two identity, right? You say you have two identity.
Yeah.
Do you have two identities?
It's my imagination.
Your imagination and their reality.
Yeah,
I have to match both. So it happens to be your alter ego.
Yeah.
Right? Do you know you can be two at the same time?
Okay. Who are you praying to, Joel?
To God.
To God. Okay. So, Joel, when you talking and listening at the same time, when do you realize when God is talking back to you?
It depends on your level of understanding. It depends on your level of spirituality, right? You don't have to talk before God. When you make a request and God is speaking back to you, you can actually hear. But the question is, if God is speaking, am I still speaking or listening? I'll be listening. But if I'm speaking and God says something, will I, because I'm not listening, or I'm speaking, does that mean
where
I'm
is
not
the God
hear?
you're talking to?
You don't know it. You don't want to know it because don't believe in the God I talk to.
No. You see, these spiritual things, I don't want people to misunderstand me, right?
Okay.
I embark on a journey to find my higher self. That which people call whatever they call that entity. Okay? And you talking and listening at the same time, then you are God himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At a point
That's
I am.
very nice. Yes, you are. I believe that you are. I know that you are. Well, Tony. Yes, I believe you got the answer to the question that you wanted.
Yeah, sure, I do.
Yeah.
So you make a reference within your rap that Buddha on the mountain or something
on the island.
So I feel like there has to be a particular reasoning behind that line. Why did you actually like maybe you try to break down that song?
If I have to decode that, if I have to use my own imagination, just left right there, I don't want to go deep.
Yeah.
Buddha on the island, and you love you've been on the island for quite some time. You love the island, like love to travel around island. That means you're the Buddha on the island. You're the Buddha traveling around. So you indirectly referring yourself as a Buddha.
Yeah, it's indirect, and I like that you figured it. You figured it out. Yes. First of all, we read about the Buddha. Who is Buddha? But actually, Buddha was a black man. You know, he was a black man. I am trying to bring back the black pride. I mean, my music and me is totally different people. For example, I am sitting here right now with you. I am not going to tell you guys that I am the Buddha, okay? But from my music, it's a different, it's a different realm, It's not me that you're actually listening to. It's somebody within me who is speaking. It's the Buddha himself speaking. You understand? Mm-hmm. But then it's not me sitting like this, but I just want people to realize that this is a figment of my imagination that I put out there for people to tap. And thank God that people tapped it. You understand? So, but there's no trick or there's no magic around that statement. It is how it is.
So I think now we have to move to
the Other Room podcast.
But then, what do you have coming up for your fans? Like, what do you have planned? Like, what project do you have next?
Well, I've been waiting for such questions, my brother. Well, I have a tag called "Welcome to Talanta." Mm-hmm. Talanta is basically a Ugandan word to mean talent. Okay. I like to challenge myself. I get myself out of the limelight. And like I said, I have just been tripping all along to come here, okay, to sit here. I am still on a journey. What people should expect is that God music, that entity, that universal language that spreads across everyone. I like to let my music speak for itself, but I think I have been placed in this position and I have been brought in this time. I feel very proud to be making music in this time when my mind is fully open and awakened. I have a story to tell. I've been here. You know, I used to make music, but never gone anywhere. You know? God, we've been making music. Oh, Joel knows. Before even Joel thought of setting up a studio. Could you be like maybe Joel said, for example, let me tell you something. I have been, my producer yesterday sent me 5 beats. Okay? 5 different beats. Alright. And then I'm like, I have to record. He's like, let's go. So I have this studio in Pattaya. It's so far away, bro. It's like I have to pay maybe 200 baht from where I live to go there. And, you know, I have to pay all these fees just to record all these songs. So that means I can record 1 or 2 songs depending on my budget. And then at the same time, my friend invites me for a podcast. This is the same friend that actually owns a studio in his room. And all I need is just this. Okay? You understand? I am a person who follows science. We live in science, in times of science. Okay, I am at 22. I come to see my friend. I sit on a bus and my number is 22. Then I come to see my friend at my house and his room is 822. And then I take a motorbike to come here. And then when we see it, we just go to the elevator and it reads 22. And I've been seeing all these numbers. What does that mean? You see? Synchronicity, right? Am I right?
You watch too much movie.
No, but these things have happened, right? No, I'm trying to tell you something.
I'm
trying to tell you something, okay? This moment has been built on what we don't know. My imagination to come here. And right now, I'm telling you, bro, the music that I'm making, I actually don't think about it. It hits me, bro. You know, like I don't sit there. I have 5 beats, okay? And I'm like, all right, I'm going to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Okay? I'm going to do this podcast and then I'm going to record music because I am not leaving this place without, because I'm saving money. Can you see, bro? Everything comes to me. Everything. With authority. All I have to do is just chill on his couch like this and let him have the time. And it's like, record, and we go. So in this moment, I am taking all the energy flow and I'm like, I'm recording a whole album. Do you know Eminem and Dr. Dre actually recorded a whole album in one night? At one point, they took, I don't know, they must have taken MDMA or something and just all night. And
so guys, that is all. You guys have to look out for Ivan new project.
Please, can we just can I make something clear, please? Okay. My name, my government name, my name which I chose before I came here. You know that we choose our moments before we come to this life? Like this one here.
Okay.
I'm just saying. You should call me back so we can talk deeper into these things. Okay. My name is Ivan Birungi. That's my name.
Okay.
But back in the day when I met you, I used to go by a pseudonym, Avon the Menace. ATM. ATM and Ivan are 2 different personalities. Ivan is a more spiritual person. Avon the Menace is that dude that is everywhere that you will see in the nightclub, everywhere that you go, and he used to like wearing cups. Ivan has grown dreadlocks. Ivan is growing dreadlocks. You know, Avon the Menace is has a different kind of tattoo or signature that he has, and Ivan has. They both have tattoos on the body. You understand? Ivan is a more spiritual, developed human than Ivan. Okay? I'll say that Ivan thinks that he's crossed over to the other side and Avon is still on the other side. So the 2 of them are battling. Alright? So you will see Avon the Menace come into my project sometimes. okay, to challenge Ivan. You understand? So all the spirit that Ivan holds is you are more attached to Avon the Menace than Ivan. And he actually meets Ivan and he's never met Avon.
Yeah.
Do you get it? Okay. So my music will be like that. I am talking to an invisible friend who might probably actually even come to life. So I bring this character in the music.
Have you heard about that?
Yeah.
From Kendrick Lamar Project Lucy?
Project Lucy, yeah. So
yeah, like he references an unknown invisible character called Lucy.
Lucy. Yeah, I think Nicki Minaj. There's a lot of people. It's a technique. It's good, man.
Yeah,
you know?
it is a technique.
It's good.
Yeah,
it will be a good thing.
It's good. Yeah.
So let's move to our next topic. The Sound City Award, MVP Award.
What is Sound City?
Sound City is a radio entertainment. This is radio
Sound City. Ah, okay.
Radio station, right?
Yeah, we're almost running out.
Let's talk about this Sound City.
We'll just move on. We don't do it now. We'll just
so
podcast.
Okay.
Time don't really go.
We're coming to an end, and this is we have to, we have to work with time. We started really late, and we're almost an hour plus.
But is the studio still there, bro?
Yeah, my studio is still at my place.
So I just want to before we finish, I just want to say that we always make our path, we imagine it, and everybody that we meet, it's for a reason, and nobody knows that you actually have a very dope, convenient studio. I'm so blessed that I actually can record at the altar.
Oh yeah, as the name goes, it's an altar. So an altar supposed to be for the holy people, not for everybody to.
My friend Tony.
That's for everybody to come in. This is a private place only for people who are welcome. So anyway, it's more of like a private studio, a recording section only. We're still trying to we don't know what we're gonna do with it. But anyway, so this is the end of this episode 6 of the Other Room podcast. So we're trying to end right now. We're signing out. Nice having you here, Ivan.
Always a pleasure.
So it's been a very long and interesting argument. So it's not a conversation.
It was good. It was mind opening and
an argument.
I liked the questions. And,
So I hope we'll bring you back next time to have a more
robust conversation.
You guys started it off with shithole, man.
So instead we started off with shithole and we ended up with
better ending, right? It's a happy ending.
Yeah, with a happy ending.
So guys, I still remain your boy Joel, aka Authority.
My name is Anthony
at Groovin Tony
on Twitter.
And then we have
sign out.
Avon here.